Yes, as I mentioned, I enjoy shopping. Yes, it's true, people. Um, let's see what I have inside Miss Patty's School of Ballet, Stars Hollow, Connecticut goodie bag here that I bought for Shannon in the past. Here is an Omnia Paratus little necklace I bought for her. Let's shine on there. Here's a little Stars Hollow bracelet. It has a coffee mug, saucer. It has, what does it say here? I'd rather be watching Gilmore Girls. Has a little book. And it has a little charm bracelet. It has a little dragonfly. Alright, what else do I have in here? Little pin set. Loops, no cell phones. Dragonfly in. Life short, talk fast. And they do be talking fast. Also, I have in here Lorelai, Rory, and Lane, and Snooky, and Emily, and Paris, and Shannon. Little journal she could write in. What else do I have in here? It's the Dragonfly Inn. Stars Hollow, Connecticut, 9, room number 9. Where you lead, I will follow on the back. Alright, and also, there's a Luke scented candle. And of course, no cell phones. Shoot, even the shirt on my back right now is Shannon's. It's a little tight, but I'm wearing it for this video. But you might be asking yourself, and this candle does smell like a lovely coffee scent. Like a mocha, almost. I'm sure Luke's has better coffee than this. But you might be asking yourself, what does this candle and all this attire, even the hat, backwards hat. I didn't have a blue one, so I went with the black one when he was in mourning for Lorelai, when she was with Christopher. But what does this have to do with the Blue Rose Bath and Body and a candle? Stay tuned and find out.
Oh, this is exciting.
I guess it is.
Don't you have any kind of holiday special, something festive? You made me a Santa for her.
It's no big deal.
Hi everybody, it's Mark here at the Blue Rose Bath and Body, and today I'm going to be creating our brand new edition candle for the holidays inspired by the TV series The Gilmore Girls. Yes, Shannon and I are huge fans of the Gilmore Girls. We love it, can't get enough of it. We binge it several times a year. The name of this candle is I Smell Snow. It's going to have a very snowy scent and hopefully a very snowy effect. And that's what I'm going to try to create here today. Got these jars from Lone Star. They're very nice. They're glass. Don't worry, we'll package them very carefully and hopefully they'll get to you unharmed. We'll handle them with tender loving care. Yes, it's very fragile. First, what you want to do is spritz this with alcohol to clean everything out. Squeaky clean, because I want this next step to adhere very well. And it also helps when you're sticking on the wick at the bottom. This is probably overkill, but I want to get any dust or particles that might be in there out. As you can hear, it's music to my ears. Let me hit the outside a little bit too. I'll do that again later because I want you to be able to really see the details. I hope these turn out all right. Like I said, it's a new creation here. Got some clear Elmer's glue. Put a little bit of that in here. See if this is good enough to coat. I'm only going to coat, see if you can see this. I want to leave this center unsticky because I'm going to have to place my wax sticker for the wick. So I want to try to avoid that. I'm going to leave it at an angle. I don't want that running too much. I'm not going to come all the way up just yet because I don't want to go over that fill line because the cap comes down into this jar. See, I don't want to come past this point. So I don't want the jar to stick to the jar, the lid to stick to the jar. It's already a tight seal there. I got a little room to play with. Kind of eyeball it here. What I'm doing here is I'm setting this up. I'm going to be placing some glitter in here to create a snow effect. Now, I went a little bit over in some spots, so I'm going to get this, has a little bit of alcohol still on it. And I'm going to just wipe this and get any of that off, the excess adhesive off, just so this lid can go back on. Well, I think that's pretty close. And now, I've had this other jar so I can do a comparison. Yeah, that's pretty close. We'll go with that. Now I'm going to do the inside of the lid because I want not only for that effect to be coating the jars, I want it to coat the top of the lid so when you look down you see the effect from start to finish except for this outer rim. And it don't matter that this comes all the way down because this is the part that's touching the glass. That's all I have to worry about there. Alright, I got that brush from, I believe, Walmart. I know you thought I was going to say Hobby Lobby, but I pulled a fast one on you. And the glue as well. And here's what I'm going to be using for the inside of the jars. Snowflake Sparkle from Nurture Soap. Nurture Soap, not Nature's Garden or Nature Soap. As we said in the making of the Polar Express, if you just believe bar. We kept getting those micas wrong. Want to make sure I give a good shout out there. And here we have Mad Micah's Fairy Duster, the shooter, the little gun. Sparkle plenty. Gun at the ready. See, you close it down, nothing. When you pull that trigger up, better be careful. It goes all over.
Careful. They run all over.
We'll take a little bit of this Snowflake Sparkle. Just put it down in there. I'm going to gun this a little bit. Because why not? More sparkle the better. I always say. Alright. Let's put this lid on. Just shake it up like this.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
See what effect that makes. Yeah. Might be too good an effect. I don't know if I'm going to like this. Trial and error, folks. Dust this off. Might have a mess on our hands. Might have to start over on this. We can see if the lid came down right. Well, the lid worked perfect. That line is perfect. I don't know about that, though. I think we're going to nix the Sparkle Plenty. It's also good to have an extra jar on hand when you're experimenting, obviously. And I think I might brush it on. First attempt was a no-go, folks. That's what happens. That's why I'm working this out before I start mass producing. And if I can't get this down, then we just won't do that effect. I don't think I'm going to use as much. Maybe a little at a time. Let's try this. Let's just try that first. See how that goes. Well. Right. I don't know if I like that either. Now let's see if I can brush this a little bit. Nah. Don't like that either. Now that just looks like a mess. We can do better than that.
You want something you can be proud of, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure you do.
Let me go clean these. We're going to try this again. Let's try this time. Sparkle me plenty. So light coating. It didn't stick to that one little spot there. Let's see if I can go in there and get a little glue on that. Let's see. Yeah, that worked. Kinda. Could actually go up a little bit more. I like that. See how this looks. Yeah, that turned out good. Could go up a little bit higher on that lid. Delicate work here. Raise it a little bit higher. It's a little frosted effect. Take that out so it don't stick. Alright, that's one test. Yeah, that's okay. It sparkles everywhere. Let's try another test. We're going to do the sparkle test this time. I sparkled the bottom. I didn't glue the bottom. That shouldn't be there. Leave a little spot for the... That's not going to show up, so I'm not worried about that. Get some of that excess off of there. Can go up a little bit higher.
Can you take me high enough?
I don't know if you can see that. I don't know which one I like better. That's heavier, that's lighter. This one was with Snowflake Sparkle, and this one was with the Sparkle Plenty from Mad Micah, and this one's Nurture Soap. We're gonna go get a second opinion, see what Shannon thinks about these. Whew. Okay, guys, the verdict is in. I'm covered from head to toe in glitter at this point. I look like a Cullen from Twilight. I'm glistening. All right, so Shannon informed me that we should go with the Snowflake Sparkle there. All right, clean these back out because I made quite the mess. Yeah. So let me get this all dried off and clean it out again. Because if this works, hopefully I won't have to do this again. I can move forward with master batching or mass producing or what have you. Sparkle. It's in my eyes everywhere. Probably should be wearing some goggles right now. We're going to be putting a sticker at the bottom, so I don't think I'll have to go all the way down like I did, and I think I'll go ahead and come all the way up. That way I could just wipe off the excess. That'll probably make it adhere a little bit better. Learning as I go here, folks. Thought that was a hair. It's a brush, piece of brush coming off. That's not good. Grab a little bit of this, put that down in there. Go a little bit more. Make sure I get a good coverage. Swirl it around, tap it real good, take this lid off real quick because I did go all the way to the top. And I want to make sure, get a new piece. I did want to make sure that I got that. I don't think it matters. I think I'll leave that right around the rim if you can see it. There, if you can see that, I think I'll leave that. That looks pretty. I'll wipe the excess of this plastic seal off. Don't want it to stick at all. Now, With some alcohol there. I like that frosted look. I'll tap this excess, get this excess out. We'll save that. Tap, tap, tappy. Oh, good. That left my bottom a little clearer. Yeah, I'll just come in and take this off. Just enough to get this seal back in. We don't want that sticking. And it would probably not stick. It'll probably wear off naturally. But let's try to do it right here. This will be tedious now when I go to make these in volume. The main thing will be that it doesn't stick. I think that'll be okay. Now it goes all the way to the top.
Fill it to the rim.
With brim?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a little hard piece there. But yeah. Alright, I think it won't stick. I'm trying to see if that's touching it all. Twist it a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Push it down. Well, one thing you could do, just set that aside, let it dry, and let this one dry open. Make sure that's cleaned off really well, because it kind of tapers in right here at the lip, so I don't think it'll touch. I think I'll leave that. There's a little bit. I'll clean the inside with my finger there. Yeah, go ahead and clean that a little bit. It's a little clumpy there. I don't like those brushes. That horsehair or whatever's coming off a little bit. Stick that back in there. Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
I like you.
There's the lid of the jar. And when the candle goes in, it's going to be white. Sparkly. And the white behind it, I think, is going to pop. Make it look like snow. You'll be able to see through it. It'll give it that snow falling, snowy look that we're looking for. When the light catches it just right, it really sparkles. That's what the Nurture Soap mica says it would do. Snowflake sparkle. We'll definitely be going with that. Shannon was right, as usual. That's pretty. Now, you know what? It'd be a good idea. Get another one of these brushes. Just thought of this. Spritz it a little bit with alcohol. Clean off that spot where I'm going to put my wick. And just let that dry. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, use for all these brushes. Now we're going to get this wick here. Make a mess. I might want to move this out of the way. I got sparkle. I'm about to clean the outside of these jars. I got sparkle going everywhere. The main thing is not to get it on this two-sided tape here where I'm going to stick it. Press that down real well. Take that out. It's a little sticky. Some of them have self-adhering wicks. We don't. I'm going to center this really well. Kind of fragile there with this glitter all around. Oh yeah, that's going to adhere pretty well. Just tap it down. Not too violently with this paintbrush tip. See, I just grab what's handy and go with it. Get a shot of that. And there's the sparkle. You can see the sparkle really well. Oh yeah. You can really see it there. And here's the inside if I can capture that. Oh yeah. See, it don't matter, that's a little mess. I might clean that up right there inside of the lip, but I wanted that effect just to tie it all in. I wanted an even coat. That's as even as I could get. It's gonna be fun making mass volumes of this, I can tell you right now. I got a lot undertaking on my hands. A lot of time to prep these. I'm gonna see if this looks better if I clean it. Since this is a, what should I say, a guinea pig. No, I think I'll leave it as is. One, it would be a hassle, and two, I'll just make sure I coat it better next time. Get all the little edges. There's a little edge in there. You can almost see it there. It's not quite grabbing in there, but I've wiped it too though. But yeah, this is gonna be our personal. We're gonna demo this, light it, burn it, test the heat throw and the scent, you know, and see if it sparkles when it burns. We want to have that effect for you, a little pop pop pop, you know, and or at least it burning, like folding in and the color is shimmering, a shimmer, a sparkle. After all, it says that the snowflakes sparkle. We're gonna see, and it's gonna smell like snow because, as Lorelai says, I smell snow. So we want you to experience that as well.
Deep breath. What? Do it. Yeah. Yeah. I smell snow.
What? I'm still covered from head to toe in glitter. Like I said, a coal in here.
This is what I am.
But I'm going to be doing one candle, so I'm going to measure out enough grams for one candle of soy wax, enhanced soy. Probably get a little bit of glitter in that too. There it is. That's what I want. Throw this bag back up. Get that for later. Nice and clean. It's gonna make a lovely white candle there. Speaking of that, I'm gonna choose my fragrance here. It's from Brambleberry, and it smells like snow because we're going for a I smell snow effect. Gilmore Girls. Let's measure this out for one batch, and it does smell like snow now. Let me tell you.
Close your eyes and breathe. I smell snow.
Oh, right on the money. Oh, little drop there, don't matter. Right on the money. Doesn't take much for one little batch. I'm gonna go melt this wax down. Here's a shot of the double boiler where we're melting down the wax. It shouldn't take that long since it's one candle, but you want to keep an eye on it. Make sure you stir it normally and it disperses better that way. You want it to evenly melt, so it's a good idea to do that. I know some people just walk off and leave it, but I always keep an eye on it just for precaution. You don't have to, but I do. I like to do that. I know this looks like overkill, but I've been doing some other things in bigger batches, so this little guy was kind of funny in here for one little candle. But I'm keeping an eye on the temperature because I don't want to get too hot and destroy it. I'm taking care of this little baby here. Alright, the most important thing is you want it to get up to around 200 degrees before you take it out. Alright, I got this little guy here. We're gonna put this little bow tie on, help support the wick, keep it straight. Gonna ease him on over. There we go. Make sure that's a good position. Nice and straight. Nice and erect.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, we're back with our wax here. Let's see what the temperature says. Yep, 183. It's so small of a amount that it's cooling down very quickly. I have a towel to insulate a little bit, keep it from cooling down too fast on us. Once this cools down between 120 and 125. I'm going to add the fragrance, and then I'm going to mix it pretty vigorously to get that to hold and sink into that wax and absorb into that wax, if you will. Disperse. Hope I'm using the correct terminology there. Adhere. But yeah, it's going to cool down rather quickly. Yeah, it's already getting down 172. Now when it gets about 100 degrees, that's when I'm going to pour it into this little guy right here. So I got it on standby. And I'm going to weigh this out to see the correct amount that's going to go into this going forward. That is when I'm mass producing these babies in a little bit. I can really smell that fragrance. It's lofting into my nostrils. It's filling, the aroma's filling the room. And also, I don't know if you can see, but man, let me put my arm up here. I don't think you can see that in the light. But anyways, I'm sparkling like a coal, and I got glitter everywhere. Like I said.
It's like diamonds.
Oh, Lord. Help me. Once you fill them up, you want to insulate them so you don't get that. What it does is it draws the wax away. You get real bad tunneling effect. And even if you do get some tunneling, you can use a heat gun and go over that. The other thing I wanted to mention is you can warm your jars up before you pour your wax. That would help to keep the wax and heat from trying to pull away. What you also want to do, though, which is more important because of the little shimmer effect I put on these, I really don't want to heat these up. In general, it's good practice. This is just the box that they came in. And what I'll do is, once I pour it, I'll just stick it down in here. And that will insulate and keep that heat in. And like I said, if you do come across tunneling, it's no big deal. Just use the heat gun after it's set up, the next day or so. And then it'll smooth that right out. I'm pouring this fragrance now. Get all this goodness out. Pouring the fragrance in at between 120 and 125. That'll help with the heat throw, the scent. It's always good to do that. Like I said, this is our test. We'll see if it smells good, how it burns, all that good things. And I'll be weighing it even. Information that Shannon likes to have. It's a good idea to do that. But what you want to do now, I don't have to do much here because it's a small batch, but you want to stir this vigorously for about 10 minutes. You want to pour it around 100, like I said. So I don't know if I'm going to get 10 minutes out of this. More like 3 maybe. Maybe that's okay for a single candle. Yeah, that glitters everywhere. They'd sure call me out for being a vampire in Twilight. It's like I'm walking around in the sun all the time. It's nighttime when I'm making this for you. Yeah, what else have I got to do? Just to make more product, experiment. It's the fun part of the soaping business. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see the color of the wax is already coming back. It's cooling down pretty quick. All right, we'll pour this slow and steady. Every last drop there. Yeah, it's already starting to set up. This is going to be for our personal use. Let me weigh this. Take down some calculations here. Secret calculations.
Hush hush, off the record and on the cue.
I also wanted to see how it reacted with the sparkle I put in, which it didn't react at all, so that's good. It didn't run. Now, let me set it down in this box real carefully. I got other jars in here. Yeah, let me put it on the end. That seemed to work better. All right. It's nicely nestled. It's going to be insulated there. We'll let that set up overnight and check on it and see how it does in the morning. Sparkle the top a little bit and have a little demonstration for you. All right, here's our candle. As you can see, it's set up. It has a few little spots, but don't worry about that because you could use the heat gun and just put it on low. You don't want to get too close up on it. You just want to melt this top layer down a little bit. See, wax starts to melt a little bit. Just smooth out that top layer, work it around a little bit. All right, we'll let that sit a while and come back and look at it. See, I can already see the little, some of the sparkles from the side. Snowflake sparkle has worked its way down, which is good because I want that effect. I might not have to do much to it. We'll come back and check on it in a few minutes. It has dried, burned up a little bit, I should say. I'm gonna get some more of the sparkle, snowflake sparkle, and dip my brush in there. Just tap, 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 tap it around. Doesn't take much, but it should give it a nice shimmer effect when we burn it. Hopefully all the way down. It'll rotate it, fold it back in itself, the flame will. Yeah, that looks about right. Nice little coating. Don't want to waste any. Get all that off. That worked out just right. You can see the sparkles in there. The outside, even the lid worked out pretty well. See that line? I don't know, I might come all the way up with that and see how that works, but for now that looks okay. We'll go with that. And we'll come back later and do a little lighting of the candle.
So let's light the sucker and meet the old broads. And do the honors?
No, thanks.
All right, I'm back. Here's our candle. Take the lid off. I am going to make a few modifications. I'm not going to glitter it and shake it. I'm going to glue the top and just glitter this, because what I found was when I took this top off, glitter chunks from the inside of this lid were coming down and glitter was exploding out. So, and the next thing I'm going to do is, after I tap this down, I'm going to get a towel or something soft and tap this out, blow it a little bit so the excess glitter doesn't explode in your face as much, because it was going everywhere. You know, there's a little bit right there, trial and error, but it looks beautiful. Came out wonderful. And also, when I'm first putting the snowflake sparkle in the jar, after I glue it, I'm gonna put a piece of cardboard or something and shake it, and then tap it down and move it. That way I can save the glitter, and that way I can do this step separate and just glue the outermost part and the innermost part, I guess. Just tap that around, and I won't get glitter all up in here, this little lid, because I don't know if you can tell, but it's flaking out. And then when I opened the jar, there was a big line of glitter there, and we don't want that. Trial and error, but I'm gonna light this bad boy for you guys so you can see it in action. I already trimmed the wick now.
It's time to go. Max, no!
Uh-oh.
There it goes. Took me a second to get it, to catch it. It's throwing off a nice flame. Nice and even, the way we wanted it. So you want to trim that wick down to about 1/8 of an inch. It's very, very close to the soy. You want an even disbursement. If it's too high, you're going to get a real big flame. It's going to smoke. There's going to be a lot of soot, and you don't want that. You want a nice, pretty flame. You want a nice, even burn. I don't know if you can see. It's burnt very well controlled. Nice flame, and as this wax burns, hopefully it'll start shimmering. I see it a little bit. It's slowly getting there as the wax melts, I should say, and continues to burn. You'll start seeing that glimmer effect with the sparkle mica I put in there. So I was playing around with some different glitters. That's how that's looking right now. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna let this burn a little while, see how the smell goes, put it in the room, see how it reacts, and we'll see what we come up with. Back again. I don't know if you can see this, but I put a few little snowflake micas in there, the ones that we put on top of our Winter's Eve and Arctic Frost bars. they'll float around in there. I also tried some different glitters to see what effect that would have. It's probably overkill at this point, but I'm just playing around. So yeah, we'll probably put some of the snowflakes in there. As you can see, they float around. I like that effect as well. Not overkill, but just enough on top for them to float around. They might burn off, I don't know. That's why we're doing these tests. Thank you for watching this video on the design and the creation and the premise behind the I Smell Snow candle. I hope you guys will stay tuned for the dramatic conclusion of this video. Yes, there is a part 2 coming, I promise. So you'll get to see from the design to the creation and the finished product. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and ring my bell. Almost as if you're entering Luke's Diner. We love to hear that sound.
I wanted with some recognition, and now we have it. Oh, man, it's packed in here.
I guess we counter it.
I guess we do.
What?
Now I'm gonna go get out of this shirt and feel more comfortable. Bye, guys.